Verse by verse meditations. Genesis chapter 5. Genesis chapter 5 and verse 21. And Enoch lived 65 years and begat Methuselah. The one that was dedicated to God names his son, his death will bring. Could you imagine having a name like this? Every time you hear your name, you are thinking of your death. Methuselah was born to die, but he was not the only son that was born to die. Methuselah's death would bring judgment, but his grandson would escape this judgment. Jesus, his death would bring blessings, but he himself would experience that judgment for us. Listen to his words in Matthew 16 and verse 4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed. There are so many persons that have a great desire to know the things of God that are secret, yet they completely ignore the things that God speaks openly. The scriptures are filled with prophetic statements that we absolutely know will come to pass, and yet so many have no desire for these things, and they have a greater interest in the things that the scriptures do not say. Could you imagine? The prophecy of the flood was given nearly 1,000 years before it actually happened. Do you know how many promises I put off for when I have more time? It reminds me of the to-do list that I make in my mind every time the weekend begins. And look at me. I had 2 naps today, and my to-do list looks almost identical to what it looked like when I first wrote it. Should I even mention how ambitious I was with the 9 weeks I had off this summer? You know, that generation of Noah had 1,000 years to make themselves ready for the judgment that was to come. Jesus would say in Matthew 24 and verse 38, For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. This generation in which we live has had nearly 2,000 years to make ourselves ready for the return of Christ. As we get closer to the hour of our Lord's return, it is my prayer that you would be as successful as Noah was. Noah was successful in persuading his family to get into the ark. I pray for you and your family.